right, which numbers do we want to see you go over, have questions about? I can't see your hand. Okay, so I see a lot of 3s, and then I saw some 4s, and then this will be the last one. If you were a 1, raise your hand. And if you were a 5, raise your hand. So let's everyone choose. If we want to do 1, raise our hands. Everyone. 1 or 5. So 1. Okay, and then if 5, raise your hand. Alright, so we'll do 3, 4, and 5. Alright, starting with number 3, we have a fraction that equals another fraction. What is our first step? Cross multiply. We have 6 times a minus 6 equals 8 times a minus 1, or if you put them on opposite sides, that's fine. Distribute, so we have 6a minus 36 equals 8a minus 8. And then we could move. So let's say I subtract 6a and add 8. And then divide both sides by 2. Negative 14 was our answer. Do you have any questions about that one? Number 4, we need to evaluate. So you're going to put 9 in where the x goes, or where the x was. So 2 times the cube root of negative 1 plus 9. Do what's on the inside first. So negative 1 plus 9 would be 8. Take the cube root of 8. So in your calculator, you could have went into math and then number 4. Or you could have thought of what times what will give you 8, which was 2. And multiply to get 4. Questions on that one? And then the last one we needed to distribute. If you distributed and went straight into simplifying, that's fine. I'm just going to multiply as is first. We have 5/4 x plus 16/12 minus 6/12 x minus 2/6 equals -5. And then when you simplify, or if you jump straight into simplification, 5/4 x plus 4/3 minus 1/2 x minus 1/3 equals -5. You could have either combined these in your calculator or by hand. But if we combine these two, this will become 2/4. So 5 minus 2 would be 3/4 x. This would become 3/3. is really just 1. So we could get rid of 1 by subtracting. And then to get rid of 3/4, take it, flip it, and multiply all both ends. So that x equals negative 24 over 3 or negative 8. Questions on that one? Make sure your name is on your shirk by answer sheet and pass that up to the next table. And then you guys can just put yours in there. Okay, before we do the next piece, some of you started doing the graphs from that side. I promised you, or maybe I didn't get to tell you, about the dozen maps, so we're going to check those today. So this was for the writing part 1, that was due on Friday. You guys got a 76.8 as a class, so you guys get a gumball for this one. And then for the other one, you guys did not do well on that one. So some of us just didn't finish, some of us didn't do it. But we did not meet the 50% on that one. So you guys get 1 gumball, but not 2. So if you would like a gumball, on your desk you have colored pencils. If you would like to grab out your own colored pencils, you're welcome to do so. This box just has the points of the lines that are already there. You have 6 points you need to draw. After you draw these 2 points, you're going to count the slope, find the slope of the 2 points, keep plotting points with that slope until you fill up your graph. Connect your points, make a line. If you need rulers, you can grab those. Make sure your points and line are in this color, or red, or brown, or green. If there are 3 of you, I would say 1 of you start with 1 color, and someone start with another, someone start with another, you guys rotate. Or if you have your own, you can take those out. I'll give you some time to do this, and then we'll go on to the next page. If you finish before we come back together, you can start the next page. Alright, so your graph should look something like this. If you didn't get a chance to finish these, you will have time later, not right at this moment. So your red line should look something like this, with a positive slope. Your brown line should look something like this, with a negative slope, and your green line should look something like this, also with a negative slope. Again, if you don't have those right now, it's okay. Then on the next page, some of you got to this, some of you did not, but we're going to do these together. I will make this bigger here in a minute. So the red line, if you drew all your slope points, you should be able to count your slope, find your y-intercept, and write those together. So for the red, our slope is 2 over 3, y-intercept at 4. The brown line was going down 2 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Y-intercept at negative 3. And then the green line has a slope of negative 3 over 1. Y-intercept also at 4. for these questions. The bottom part is now asking, if we're looking at the graph, which colored line is parallel to line A? So first, if I asked you, what does parallel mean? What would you say? So Charlotte's doing this. Are there?
In the same direction.
Okay, in the same direction. Are
They never touch each other.
okay, so all of those things, yes. So they never touch each other, they go in the same direction, they look like that, yes, okay. So for line A, which one is going in the same direction, looks like this, doesn't intersect line A? Which colored line looks like this to line A?
Brown.
Brown. So who would write brown? And then it asks us to write the equations of both lines. So line A, the equation is up here. You would just write that down. We just wrote the equation of the brown line. Write them both. Then it asks which line is parallel to line B. The red. So again, write red, write the equation for line B and the red line. And then by default, the only one left is the green, but we can see that they're going in the same direction. They don't intersect. They look like this. So green for line C, and then for those two equations. And then once you have those, I would suggest having this page and the next page open like this on your desk. You guys at your table are going to answer these questions. I'm going to give you some time to work on it, then we're going to come back and talk about it. After you write something, or if you think of something, share it with the people around you, not at other tables, but at your table. Talk about what you found, then we'll come back and talk about it. Alright, so let's talk about this. For number 4, what did we notice about the slopes of each pair? Arnie.
So the fraction slopes were paired to the fraction slopes, and the whole other slopes were paired to the whole other slopes.
Okay. Did not notice that before. That happened to happen. Did anyone else have something different? Because that is true, but there's more to it than just that. Come on.
They are the same.
Really, they're the same. Okay. What do we notice about the y-intercepts?
They're opposite. One is positive while the other is negative.
Yes. That also happened to happen. Did anyone have something different to say?
A and B have the same y-intercepts.
Okay, but this needs to be for all of them. If we made a general statement about all of them.
The y-intercepts are different.
Yeah, they're different. So whether they're positive or negative doesn't really matter, but the fact that they're different, that's really what we're looking for. So our general statement would be just a combination of these two. For parallel lines, the slopes have to be the same, the y-intercepts have to be different. If you wrote way more than that, just simplify it. If what you wrote isn't exactly like this, but it means the same thing, you don't need to erase. For parallel lines, the slopes have to be the same and y-intercepts different. So then, if I were to ask for number 1, are these two parallel to each other? Yes. How do we know that? They have the same slope and different y-intercepts. So yes, those are parallel. What about number 2? Are those parallel to each other? No. How do we know that?
Just those, right?
Yes. Period. Just that part alone tells us it's not parallel. Right? I need 3 different people to tell me an equation that would be parallel to number 3. Are you doing 1?
So, y equals 2x plus 5.
Sure. 2 other people are there.
Y equals 2x minus 1.
Okay. 1 more person. Or I can vote somebody. So,
Y equals 2x.
great. All of those would be parallel to the original. Now I need 3 different people to give me a line that is not parallel to number 4. Or I can volunteer somebody. Here, Brian. Give me a line, an equation that is not parallel to this. So the slope can be anything that's not 5.
Y equals 2x.
Okay. You said 2, 3. Need 2 other people to give me another line that would not be parallel to this one.
Y equals negative 3x.
Sure. 1 more person. Or I can call somebody else. Vanessa, do you need another equation that would not be parallel to this? Perfect. Right? So now that we know about parallel lines, we're going to switch gears. If you already graphed these, on the next page, you can move on to start writing the equations. But if you have not graphed these, I'm going to give you 5-ish minutes to do so. Your colors now are blue, purple, and orange. Same process. Graph the points. Find your slope. Keep using that slope to create more points. Draw your line. Right. Your graph should look something like this, where your blue line has a negative slope, your orange line has a positive slope, and your purple line also has a positive slope. If you don't have these graphed, you can do that at a later time. So, equations of these 3 lines. For the blue line, it is going down 3 to the right 2. Our y-intercept is at 2. So y equals negative 3 over 2x plus 2. Our purple line is going up 1 to the right 3, y-intercept at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the orange line is going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 2, y-intercept at negative 10. So then these questions ask about which lines are perpendicular. So if I asked you, what does that word mean, perpendicular? What would you say? Do you have any ideas about that word? Perpendicular? Is it?
Yeah, opposite, let's say.
Kind of, yes. But if we're just talking about the graphs, how would I know something is perpendicular about the graphs? See? They like cross each other, and not just like any cross, they have to make a specific T. So if I'm looking for which line is perpendicular to line A, which one crosses it and makes like a T? The orange one. So here it's making that T, my arm's a little bigger. So you would write orange, and you would write those two equations, line A and the orange line. To line B, which one crosses it and makes a T? The blue line. So write in your blue equation as well as line B's equation. And then by default, the last one would be the purple line. So for C and purple, I can see it makes that T right here. Right? So just like before, use these pairs to answer the next set of questions. Talk with each other, not just writing down answers. When you write down something, share it out loud. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about these in just a little bit. Chris. All right. They are different, but something specific about these ones. See?
So reciprocal and it's negative?
Okay, both of those things. That's really what makes them different. So they are reciprocals of each other. They're opposites, or they're flipped. And one is negative, one is positive. They're opposite signs. So both of those things. So they're reciprocals and they have opposite signs. What about the y-intercepts? They're different. Really, the y-intercepts don't even matter for perpendicular lines. They can be the same, they can be different, it doesn't matter. So our general statement would be for perpendicular lines, the slopes have to be reciprocals and have opposite signs. The y-intercepts don't matter. one more time. Our general statement: for perpendicular lines, the slopes have to be reciprocals and have opposite signs. The y-intercepts don't matter. So if I were to ask, are number ones perpendicular to each other? No. How do we know that? They have the same slope. They're not reciprocals. They're not opposite. All of those things. What about number two? Are those perpendicular? Yes. How do we know that? They're flipped and the y-intercepts don't matter, but there's something else about the slopes. One's negative, one's positive. So because of both of those things, these are perpendicular. So I need three different people that have not already answered to give me a line that is perpendicular to this. Omar.
Y equals 1/2 plus 2.
Okay, so you're really close. This is already positive, so this one needs to be negative 1/2 x plus 3. Ashley, you want to?
I was gonna say.
Okay, so y equals negative 1/2. Give me a y-intercept. Sure. I need one more person to give me another perpendicular one. Or I can volunteer someone. Someone that hasn't already gone. I'd say on this. Russell. Give me another line that's perpendicular to this one.
Y equals negative 2x.
So it would have to be the same as these.
Oh,
The negative 1/2 x.
x. Minus 6.
Great. Three other people to give me something that is not perpendicular. Or I can volunteer someone. You already went also. Different people. Charlotte, give me a line that is not perpendicular to this. Two other people, give me a line that is not perpendicular to this. That has not already gone. There's only a handful.
Y equals 4x plus 6.
Okay, one more person that has not gone already. And there's not that many.
Y equals 6x minus 8.
As long as the slope is not flipped or close to it, all of those would work. Alright, the last thing, you're not going to have time to finish this, but you may have time after our next lesson. So I need everyone to stand. Everyone stand. Walk 5 steps from where you're currently standing. Okay. If you are near someone, that is your partner. If you're not, I'm going to partner you up. Zeke and Xander. Ariana and Omar. Matthias and Bella. Ashley and Sophia. I'm missing one of you. Matthias, you're with Bella. Mohammed, you're with Sana. Sorry. And then you guys together. Zach, you're with Ashley. Everyone go meet your partner. You're with your partner. Ariana, you're with Omar. You guys are together. Mohammed, you're with Sophia, you're with, who did I just say? I said with Ashley or Zach? Okay. Zach, you're with R. There we go. Now everyone should have a partner. find a seat and then I will bring something to you.